These days, I've been averaging around 30k USD dollars to 40k monthly, and by end of the year, we're expecting to reach 50k USD per month. A couple of years ago, I used to think that only way to make a lot of money was becoming a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer. And that's completely a myth. And there's so many ways you can also make $10,000 per month with the right approach.
Look, we're not selling you any courses. There's no big like get rich quick schemes. These are things that you can set up to make you money in the future.
You can run YouTube channels where you never have to step in front of a camera. You don't have to be an influencer. You can simply do YouTube by putting together slideshows with something like Google Slides.
People are making thousands of dollars in passive income every month selling videos edited with the help of AI.
Here is how you can make $150 in 15 minutes.
Here is how this channel makes over $36,000 a month.
This is how you make $10,000 a month.
Using AI in seconds.
This is true AI video editing.
Can you believe this?
But is this actually possible, and how much work does it require?
The best way to learn is to learn from experts. Today, we're going to deep dive into money-making ideas that you can do right now.
So before we get into it, make sure you cheers the like button, and let's jump into it right now with number 1 on the list, which is participating in sleep studies. Yes, you can actually get paid to sleep, and this might be the ultimate form of passive income. And this basically involves participating in research projects and clinical trials, and these are aimed at understanding natural sleep patterns as well as sleep disorders. And these are typically conducted by research institutions, universities, hospitals, or clinics. And in many cases, you can do these in the comfort of your home. You basically just have to hook up some equipment so that they can monitor you. And in some cases, you might actually have to go in and sleep in a clinic or a hospital setting. But this is actually legit, and you can apply for this in places like clinicaltrials.gov. And there's websites such as sleepstandards.com where they'll pay you $2,000 in order to do this. And even NASA pays people $19,000 to stay in bed for 2 months. Now, in that case, you actually have to like stay in bed the whole time. You literally can't leave your bed.
Morning, Sleeping Beauty.
And I kind of just included that one as a joke, but there are many sleep studies out there that are legit. And even ZipRecruiter says that you make about $35.27 an hour participating in sleep studies. Obviously, it's not going to be a way to make like a full-time income or anything like that, but it's an interesting one to look into. I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10 opportunity score.
You can run YouTube channels where you never have to step in front of a camera. You don't have to be an influencer. You can simply do YouTube by putting together slideshows with something like Google Slides, using an AI tool like TubeMagic to write your scripts, come up with infinite great video ideas, and optimize your videos for you. Use something like OBS to record your screen. By the way, here's a list of a bunch of great faceless YouTube niches as well. But let's say, for example, that you started running a channel about how to grow on YouTube, how to generate great YouTube thumbnails, and you could just saturate that channel full of videos about useful information on that subject, taking little bits of the skills that you've learned throughout your journey doing this so far, and just sharing that for free on YouTube. Then you'll start building up an audience on YouTube, and will be a directed audience, and even if it's tiny, you can make a lot of money. I had a student on one of my courses who had less than 3,000 subscribers who was able to make over $100,000 per year from that. And that's by selling a digital product from his YouTube channel. And these are people who are already interested in this because they're searching these queries about what he was talking about. And each of his videos barely got any views. So even if you're doing something as niche as how to make YouTube thumbnails, you can make that into a full-time business. And that student that I was mentioning, his videos were literally just slideshows using something like Google Slides, like I mentioned, doing a screen recording with something like OBS, and just demonstrating different concepts about what he was teaching in the form of a slideshow. And you're not just limited to long form video either. You can also do things like YouTube Shorts, TikTok videos, and Instagram Reels as well to diversify your content even more. And then you can even use an AI tool like Opus Clip Pro in order to take your long form videos and split them up into a bunch of great clips and basically let AI do all that work for you. And then in order to make sure your videos are as optimized as possible, use TubeMagic using the video optimization feature to automatically optimize your videos for you. Now, YouTube is incredibly passive, and I've learned that throughout my past 10 years here on the platform because I'm still getting paid every single month, hundreds of dollars per month in some cases, from videos that I've uploaded when I was just 14 years old. So I know how passive YouTube can be, and hopefully you can learn that as well. And you can also even make money from ad revenue from YouTube as well, directly from the platform. It's always nice to get an extra check every single month passively from Google and YouTube itself.
Look, we're not selling you any courses. There's no big like get rich quick schemes. These are things that you can set up to make you money in the future, which is renting out space in your driveway, or if you have any land, renting it out for parking. If you have a parking lot, if you have a spot where someone could park their car, did you know that you can make up to $100, sometimes even $150, $200 per month to let people park in your driveway? I know that I've done this as a consumer. I've paid people to park my cars in their driveway. When I went to college, I was at Penn State. I was paying, I think, $100 per month to this guy to park in his driveway because I didn't know where else to park my car, right? I couldn't leave it on the street. And this guy probably had 20 or 30 kids paying him $100 each per month. So he was making $2,000 to $3,000 per month by literally doing nothing, just letting people park in his driveway. It's pretty crazy. But I think this is a great opportunity because I know there's a lot of homeowners out there who are looking for some extra cash. A great way to do this is something like Spot Hero. They're not sponsoring this video. I've just used them as a consumer. And so I'm pretty sure you can list like a part of your driveway on Spot Hero. You know, people have like RVs or something that they need to park somewhere. You can rent that out to them. So that's one that I think is a really cool opportunity. Obviously, if you're in like an HOA or something, it could be difficult and you might not be allowed to do that. So read into all of your local zoning laws and everything. But I think there's really great potential there to at least, you know, pay your Wi-Fi and pay your water bill and some other things by just letting people park in your driveway.
People are making thousands of dollars in passive income every month selling videos edited with the help of AI.
Here is how you can make $150 in 15 minutes.
Here is how this channel makes over $36,000 a month.
This is how you make $10,000 a month.
Using AI in seconds.
This is true AI video editing.
Can you believe this?
But is this actually possible, and how much work does it require? Well, I'm going to put this to the test myself by making and selling my own promotional videos, and I reckon I'm the perfect candidate as I've never edited a video in my entire life. I'm setting myself 3 rules for this challenge. Rule 1, I must sell under a fake name. Rule number 2, I have to do everything from my computer. And rule 3, the videos I create and sell should be easy to do for beginners with the help of AI, so no complex editing software is allowed. The first thing on my list is crucial: market research. Looking at Fiverr, I can immediately see there's a lot of competition in the promotional video space. A lot of people would see this as a bad sign and give up before even starting, but I actually see this as a positive thing, as many of these sellers have lots of reviews, which means they're clearly making sales. Something that really stands out to me is the huge gap in prices. Some sellers are pricing their videos at $10, while others are pricing theirs at $2,500 for a single promotional video. I'd like to think I can do better than the lower level sellers, so I'm going to start selling my videos for $50. As a beginner starting out, I need to create some sort of promotional video that I can attach to my advertisement on websites like Fiverr to showcase what I can do. So let's sign into InVideo and start editing something together. This seems like the easiest tool to use for beginners, and it's completely online. So all I need is my laptop. This platform has thousands of video templates and millions of royalty-free video clips. First things first, I need a template, as I'm a long way from expert status and I can't really start projects from scratch just yet. So I'm going to click templates here and find something suitable. Now, this looks pretty good, so let's use this one. The template's great, but the text is all wrong. So let's work on getting that changed. Now that is looking a little bit better. I'm going to click on videos and search social media, which has brought up loads of suitable stock footage that I can play around with and insert into my template. Now it's just a case of chopping and changing a few things around, but obviously ensuring that the footage I'm using makes sense to potential customers. Here's a quick look at the final product. I think for my first try, that was all right, wasn't it? Now is where the fun really starts. It's time to set up a seller's account. So there are many different ways we can advertise our services, such as using third-party platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, or by creating social media pages and websites. In my opinion, building your own website and social media pages is the best way to go, as you can build your brand and reputation, have returning customers, and most importantly, retain customer data, such as email addresses and phone numbers. With that said, We need to gain experience first, and it's much quicker and cheaper to go where the customers are. So I'm going to create a listing on Fiverr. I want to make this very clear. We're not being sponsored by Fiverr, but we probably should be. We've mentioned them enough. So as I already have a Fiverr account, I'm going to log in, and from the drop-down menu, I'm going to select seller. And let's pick the video editing category. For the title, I'm just going to steal one that's working well for a seller that's currently on the platform, because if it's not broken, why fix it? So let's go with, I will create a commercial sales video, promotional marketing video ad. Like, that makes complete grammatical sense, but who am I to judge if it works? Now I'm going to add some metadata, as having the right tags is very important if we want people to find us. Video editing, video post-production and corporate video editing should do the trick. Now for setting the price. Let's go with $49, as it's a bit on the lower end, but it also leaves room for a bit of profit. Right, I'll upload that video we just created together to hopefully draw some eyeballs to our gig, and also get ChatGPT to write us a nice description to add to the listing. AI is just so useful for this kind of thing.
Now, the first AI tools that have the potential to make you lots of money and save you lots of time are 10web.io and durable.co. Now, back in the day, creating a website required a lot of skills and training. I mean, you needed to be proficient in several coding languages, and you also had to design everything. And then you needed to write each piece of code manually. And only then would you be able to actually fill in the page with your copy. I mean, this entire process could take weeks, sometimes even months, depending on the complexity of the website. It was a long, arduous, and most importantly, expensive process. And in the late 90s, even the most basic website could cost upwards of $20,000. Then came tools like WordPress and later Wix and Shopify. And these tools drastically brought costs down. And all of a sudden, most people could build at least a very basic website. But even since these came out in the 2000s, one problem has still remained: time. No matter how you put it, building a good website, however simple, will still take a long time. I mean, sure, nowadays, you don't have to code everything yourself. You can kind of just put in whatever you want into the website builder, but even then, it still takes time. It takes time to get the design right. It takes time to write the copy. It even takes time to learn how to use the website builders themselves. So much so that agencies and contractors will offer to do it for you. And let's be honest, lots of the custom websites are actually just slightly improved versions of basic Wix templates. So that's really all to say that building websites isn't easy and it isn't quick. And that's really where AI comes into the picture. With tools like 10web.io and Durable, you can use AI to build your entire website for you. AI will design it, build it, write copy, and even source and insert the imagery. And in a matter of minutes, you can go from having no website to having a fully functioning and aesthetically pleasing website. All you need to do is give AI some basic information. And that's it. A few minutes answering prompts, if that. And you'll also be able to take advantage of features like built-in SEO and AI recreation. AI recreation allows you to feed the AI websites you like, and it can recreate similar websites for you. Now, of course, once made, you can edit whatever you want and even have the tool regenerate the site until it's to your perfection and your liking. So you can either use these AI tools in your own business, or you can even start businesses around them. You see, tons of people are paying freelancers a few $100s to make really basic websites. And with these tools, you can blow those freelancers out of the water in a matter of minutes and even command higher prices while doing so. These are perfect examples of how AI tools can both save time and make you money.
If you love to write, this could be for you, and you can make anywhere from $30 to $65 an hour. A lot of companies and small businesses have blogs on their website, but simply don't have time to write the content. If you become really good and start to get recommendations, I've seen people making $125 per hour. For this, you can just go to Upwork or Fiverr and post your services to get started. The next side hustle is becoming what's called a virtual assistant, also known as a VA. As a VA, you're going to perform tasks for other people, but it's entirely online. On average for the US, I'd say that if you're starting out, you can make between $25 to $35 an hour, but I've seen experienced VAs charging $60 or more per hour. The tasks are going to be different depending on who you're working with and can be anything Everything from conducting research to scheduling appointments to entering data into Excel to watching TikTok videos. I'm not joking about this one. I hire VAs in my business, and one of their tasks is watching TikTok videos to keep me up to date on things that are trending. If you want to be a virtual assistant, this is another one where you can go to Upwork or Fiverr and just post your services to get started.
I'm going to show you a few different no-interview remote jobs you can do as an introvert, which basically means you don't have to be on the phone and you don't have to constantly interact with people. So one type of job you can do is called data annotation, which basically is the process of adding labels, tags, coordinates, or other attributes to data so that machine learning models can understand and use it. So one great place to find these that I found recently is rws.com. You can see that they are a global leader in transforming content through translation, localization, and AI-enabled technology. If you go to their job listings, you'll notice that they have a few AI annotator for AI model positions here, and they have these in a few different places around the world, one of which, of course, is in the United States. And for instance, what you will be doing is working remotely, and they want you to be eligible to work in the US for this one. Again, I think they have one in Indonesia. As far as I know, those are the main two that are available right now. You have a part-time work schedule. They do say 4 to 6 hours per day for several weeks is typically what they ask of you. And this pays up to $20 per hour and is a 1099 contractor position, which basically means you're not technically an employee of the company. So they're not going to withhold taxes for you or anything like that. You don't need prior experience, no education requirements, language requirements are just native in English. Start date is ASAP, ongoing projects. Project duration is typically 4 to 6 weeks with the option to extend and or work on other projects. So they really like having like stay-at-home mom or dads, students, gig workers, professionals looking for freelance, part-time work to work here. They also let you set your own schedule. So you see that right there. And then they want you to work on a wide range of tasks in the context of artificial intelligence development. The tasks can range from reviewing and scoring existing audio samples and providing constructive feedback to speech recording or captioning. So you'll do data annotation or evaluating of text or audio / speech examples, or briefly describing audio or speech sample content, or rewriting the generated captions, or assigning applicable categories or speech and or video recording. Work benefits are work from home part-time, work-life balance, earn extra money on the side, and you get paid via PayPal or your bank account. All you really need in terms of equipment are good internet speed, personal computer, Windows or Mac, and email service to use. Job requirements are very little. It basically goes based on your language, where you're located. They do say there are limitations for Texas or Illinois. Ability to answer general free-form questions, detail-oriented, you're able to meet deadlines, and you have the right availability. So when you apply here, you don't necessarily have to have an interview. They basically have you just register for their work community here. After registering, you need to complete the assigned tests in order to be pre-qualified for the task. So that's how you get qualified. Instead of interviews and all that in a resume, you basically take these tests that prove that you're ready to do this. So when you're working here, 3.6 out of 5 stars, 66% recommend working here to a friend. Another place to find annotation jobs is at dataannotation.tech. So that would be their website. And here you can do basically the same type of work that I just went over. You can do different tasks, basically help train AI. They're currently accepting people in the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, New Zealand, and Australia. So if you're in any of those, obviously mostly English speaking countries, then you can go through that process, get started, take the starter assessment. Again, that's how a lot of these no interview jobs work. They have a starter assessment you have to pass. You have flexible hours, work from anywhere, free training. You don't have to have AI experience. You get to choose your projects, and they have transparent pay. So they do have an FAQ schedule. They do have an FAQ section if you have more questions to ask about this stuff, like how much work will be available. This can vary, of course. Are you getting benefits here? This is not really a typical job, so I wouldn't expect a lot of benefits other than just the freedom. As far as pay goes, a lot of times you'll be paid via PayPal, and they start at around $20 per hour. Some are $40 per hour for coding projects. Bonuses are offered for high quality and high volume work as well. So this one has actually more pay potential than some of the others. But basically, other than that, you just have a lot of flexibility, and it's basically the same kind of job description that I gave for the other one. As far as what it's like to work here, they have a 3.6 out of 5-star rating, and 72% recommend working here to a friend.
Mobile knife sharpening. I love this one. I think it is so cool. Last summer, I needed to get my knives sharpened. Now, I tried to do it myself and it just didn't work. So I did a quick Google search and I found a mobile knife sharpening service. This gentleman came out to my house, parked his van out front, and started sharpening my knives. And what's really cool about this business is you can get started for relatively pretty cheap. There are starter kits for right around $250. And the cool thing is these starter kits, they also have training CD-ROMs with them to show you how to sharpen knives. Now, when this gentleman came out, he didn't just sharpen my 3 or 4 knives, he sharpened all my neighbors' knives, because once people saw him out there doing this, they're like, oh, I got some knives that need to be sharpened. See, people aren't going to sharpen just one knife, they're going to sharpen 5, 10, or more. Now, typical pricing for knife sharpening is around $1 per inch, and the way most people do it is with a minimum of $5 or 5 inches. Now, some really great, a simple way to get started in this business is just reaching out to friends and family. You could start doing this for free, sharpen their knives, start to hone your skills. And as you start to get a little bit better, you could start to charge. You could go to farmers markets. You could post your services on local Facebook groups. You could even get flyers made up and drop them off at people's houses. There are lots of ways to get started in this business. And with the average sharpening time being around 5 to 10 minutes per knife, you could easily bring in $500 a day or more with this business. It's great as a side hustle. It's great in retirement. It's great for a full-time business. As your business starts to grow, you could invest a little bit back and purchase an actual motorized sharpener, which could cut that time in half. And if you're really serious, you could invest in a van or a truck that could actually hold your equipment in the back so you could sharpen right there. Next up is power washing. Now, this is something that I've actually done myself. I started doing power washing in my 20s as a way to make extra money. I love it. I got started with a simple electric power washer for right around $100. I bought it at my local Home Depot. I'm sure you could go on Amazon and get one. If you want to go real crazy, you could get a gas-powered one. But it's a very simple business to get started. Again, you could reach out to friends and family. You could start by power washing decks, power washing houses, power washing campers, boats. You could even power wash driveways and sidewalks. Pretty much anything that needs a deep clean outdoors, you can power wash it. Now, the average price for power washing is anywhere from 35 cents to 77 cents per square foot. They say the average power washer makes anywhere from $170 to $310 per job. Now, from my personal experience, my average deck was around $250, and that would take me about 4 hours to complete. Now, where I made really good money is I added an additional service. So I would power wash the deck, and then after that, I would offer to weatherproof the deck. And I simply went to Home Depot and I got some weatherproofing solution. And after I had power washed the deck and let it dry, I'd come back and I would just apply this coating. It took me no more than 30-45 minutes to actually do this service, and I would charge an additional $150. See, people want to protect their deck. They want to protect their investment, and they want it to look good. So if you're a little creative and you like being outdoors and power washing sounds like something for you, this is a great business that you can get started with literally today. Next up is window cleaning. Now, if you know me and you've been watching my videos for some time, window cleaning is near and dear to my heart. See, I started my YouTube channel back in 2017, and at the time, I was cleaning windows and I was driving for Uber. I was doing anything I could to make extra money. And the way I got started with window cleaning was I simply went to Home Depot. I bought orange Home Depot bucket, I bought a squeegee, and I bought a sponge, and I literally used the dish soap from my kitchen to mix up the cleaning solution, and that's how I got started. I simply went door to door in my area to the local businesses like salons, coffee shops, restaurants, anybody with a storefront, and I just knocked on the door. If I saw a dirty window, I'd knock on the door and say, hey, can I clean your windows? Or do you have somebody cleaning your windows? And I even did the first cleaning for free if they signed up for a monthly service. That's a great way to make good money in this business. Now, you can easily charge $3 to $5 per window with, say, a $20 minimum. Now, the way you really start to make good money after you've gotten your window cleaning chops up is you start to do residential homes. The minimum price I charged for a home was around $250, and that would take me anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, and I could do easily 2 of those in a day. I would charge anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for some of these larger homes, and they would take me around 6 to 8 hours to complete. Now, before you get started in the window cleaning business, just do a simple Google search for window cleaning companies in your area. Most of these companies are going to have their prices listed right there on the website. So this is just a great benchmark to help you get started. Also, I highly recommend checking out the Window Cleaning Blueprint channel. This guy is awesome. He has tons and tons of great free information to help you get started, from teaching you how to actually clean a window, how to price it, the products, and everything you need. So check him out.
These days, I've been averaging around 30K USD dollars to 40K monthly, and by end of the year, we're expecting to reach 50K USD per month. A couple of years ago, I used to think that only way to make a lot of money was becoming a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer. And that's completely a myth. And there's so many ways you can also make $10,000 per month with the right approach. So whether you're working a 9-to-5 and want some passive income on the side, or you're looking to start a new side hustle and maybe eventually quit your 9-to-5 job, this is the perfect video. To make things easier to understand, let's clear out what passive income is. Despite what people would like to think, passive income is not like you're doing nothing and money grows on the trees. It's more like you do a certain work upfront or set a system that generates income over time with minimal ongoing effort. I'm not saying no effort. The key concept is that once the initial work is done, the income continues to flow without requiring constant active involvement. In other words, you're not exchanging your time for money directly. So think about writing a book. To write a book, you need to spend a lot of time in the beginning, but once it's published, you don't necessarily need to continue writing to generate income. That is called passive income. Investing in the stock market is an investment method that everyone needs to consider, in my opinion. It's super easy and much better than putting your money in a bank and waiting for it to lose its value. By investing in the stock market, you have the potential to earn much higher returns on your investment. After you have your emergency fund of 6 to 8 months aside, just in case something happens, start investing and make it a habit. Index funds are considered safer investment option as they track the performance of the overall market rather than individual stocks. But depending on your risk tolerance, you may also want to consider investing in crypto. By investing in the stock market, you're not only earning passive income, but you're also giving your money the opportunity to grow over time. This is important because inflation can cause the value of your money to decrease over time. By investing in the stock market, you are protecting your wealth and giving yourself the potential to earn even more. Affiliate programs are a popular way to earn passive income. They allow you to earn a commission by promoting other people's products. Companies like Amazon and iQnix, the keyboard that I use, have affiliate programs that you can join for free. Once you join, you can promote their products by sharing special links. When someone clicks on your link and makes a purchase, you earn a commission. Getting started is super easy. You just sign up for a program like Amazon Affiliates and paste the links into your blog, social media, YouTube page, newsletter, or whatever platform you're using. The tricky part of affiliate marketing is deriving traffic to your links and convincing people to make a purchase. This process can take time and effort, especially if you're starting from scratch with no audience. But with the right strategies, such as like high quality content, building community that trusts you, you can attract more traffic to your links and potentially earn a substantial income. Maintenance is super easy. You just need to paste links. Every year I make like a little bit of money from my affiliate links by simply mentioning the products I use and love, such as my desk setup, keyboards, and services.
The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. Here are some of the lessons I've learned from building 9 Income. The first lesson I've learned is to create an inspiring space for yourself. Working in fancy cafes can get expensive. Going to the office seems like a distraction, and commute takes up a lot of time. We don't need to leave our house to be inspired. I design my home office by showcasing the things that inspire me and the things that remind me why I do what I do, like figurines, plants, decor, photos, and books. Our digital space is important as well. You could personalize your desktop wallpaper, your phone wallpaper. You could add stickers to your wall, your laptop. You could customize your email inbox to be more pleasant to work with. Another thing that I've learned is to not rely on a single income stream. I'd like to quote Daniel Vassallo, "Life is more random than it seems." One day we may get laid off from our job. We can't predict the future. We all know that we shouldn't put all eggs in one basket, whether it's our wealth or our career. So this year, I encourage you to learn a new skill, something that you enjoy doing and generates income. Get good at that skill and then turn it into a new income stream. Repeat the process. That way, if you lose one source of income, you will have multiple others. The next lesson I've learned is to grow your savings fast, work on freelance projects first. We all know that to accumulate wealth over time, you need to do 3 things. 1, make money. 2, save money. And 3, invest money. Investments grow over the long term, but it takes time. And you have to have knowledge in the right investments so that you make a wiser choice. If you want to grow your income within a short period of time, freelancing is the best way. You gain experience when you work on freelance projects. You learn how to deal with clients. You learn how to manage your time, and you earn money. My full-time job pays the bills, but 100% of my savings comes from my freelance income. The next lesson, build tiny products on the side as soon as you can. Let's assume you have a steady paycheck. You have freelance projects that help you grow your savings. The next stage to bring yourself closer to financial independence, in my opinion, is to build tiny products on the side as soon as you can. I like to quote Naval Ravikant, "You're never going to get rich renting out your time." One of the solutions is to teach what you know publicly. When I encounter problems that I want to solve for other people, I build tiny products to solve those problems and sell them for extra income. In the early stage, if you don't feel comfortable charging for something, give it for free first. Allow people the option to donate any amount they want. This will improve your confidence and help you identify opportunities on what to build next and what problems can you solve for other people. This is how I started off. I started off with free digital products where people can pay any amount they want and slowly build paid products when I'm more comfortable. You can keep doing this until you can eventually reduce exchanging time for money. That's when you have the freedom to choose how you want to spend your time and what projects you want to work on. This is an example of my freelance income versus my YouTube revenue and my digital product income. You can see that the freelance income fluctuates. When I have time to work on freelance projects, it increases. But as soon as I stop exchanging my time for money, I have less income. Digital products and other passive income like YouTube ad revenue helps me to cover days where I don't have the energy to work on other projects or when I'm sick. Based on this graph, I hope that you realize the importance of building things that you can sell multiple times instead of exchanging your time for money. The next lesson, when launching a product, it may be better to launch the MVP before you have a fully developed product. The world is random, things never go as planned. So don't wait, just start. You can wait 3 months to launch your product or launch the MVP into the world, get feedback, iterate. For example, the creative freelancer kit that I've built was not 100% done when I launched it. But if I waited until it's done to launch something, I wouldn't know what people think about it, and it would take forever. Next up, lifestyle inflation is your worst enemy. Allow me to share a quote by Naval Ravikant again. The purpose of wealth is freedom. It's nothing more than that. It's not to buy fur coats, or to drive Ferraris, or to sail yachts, or to jet around the world in a Gulf Stream. That stuff gets really boring and stupid, really fast. It's about being your own sovereign individual. My suggestion is to keep your expenses low and set a monthly expense limit that works for you. I don't track my expenses, but I make sure my monthly expense is below a certain amount. If you want to quit your job one day, start saving up your safety net that covers emergency funds and your lifestyle expenses. On to the lessons I've learned on productivity. In today's world, we easily get distracted. And it sucks, especially when our mind is in a flow state. So how do we get in the zone? How do we protect our focus and be more productive? The solution to this is to reduce friction in our daily workflow. Pay attention to your process. Identify ways to save time. For example, I often get back pain and eye strain and all sorts of issues when I sit at my desk. So I invested in a very ergonomic setup. I got a monitor, a standing desk, I got a better chair. Another example is that I have my pencil and my notebook within my arm's reach, so I don't need to look for it. If I have planned what I want to do tomorrow, I leave some of the browser tabs on so that when I wake up, I can get started right away. My coffee always gets cold, so I got a cup warmer on my desk so that I can always enjoy warm coffee. These are just some ideas for you to reduce friction in your daily workflow, and I hope it helps. Now on to the next lesson, getting clear about what you want in life. If you don't know what you want, you end up with a lot you don't. Without a clear vision, you get easily distracted. It becomes difficult for you to deal with the ups and downs that you'll encounter along your path. Don't waste time chasing things that don't add value to you. To manage your happiness, decide what amount of income is enough for you. It will never be enough if you don't decide. For example, I've never been into climbing the corporate ladder, so I designed my life by outlining a roadmap for myself. Build skills, grow savings, build tiny products, teach what I know, grow my side income and quit my job, and explore something I call solopreneurship. The next thing I've learned is to take notes, or you are likely to forget them. Make it a habit to organize your notes. When you read a book, write down what you've learned. When you consume content online, be intentional. If you learn something, write it down. Otherwise, you won't remember them. If you don't remember what you've learned, then why did you consume those content in the first place? If you're into organizing your knowledge, you can explore the concept of building a second brain by Tiago Forte.